Hey guys, welcome to our Christmas Advent Calendar making class. So glad that you could join us. So hopefully you would have already received your parcel with all the bits and pieces that you need to make it. So sans decoration. So it's up to you whether you want to decorate it or not. Here's some that I prepared earlier. Some of them I have decorated. I haven't finished mine yet. I just got some, these are actually gift tags, stickers, random bits of, these are like gems. Most of these decorations that I've used, we found out that we actually needed hot glue gun for it to stick because it is Hessian. So not many things stuck to it. I got washi tape, which is like schmancy, I don't know, like crafty type tape. That was just like from the $2 shop. So that turned out quite good. And got some bells, which if you're a hoarder like me, these actually came from, you know, those lint Easter bunnies with the bells around them. Yes, hoarding. This is why you hoard, because you might need it one day. So I just attached that with a tiny like craft safety pin, and that worked. The numbers, you can either, these stickers I got from Riot Art, and with their Black Friday sales on at the moment, you might, get a good deal. Otherwise you can write on them. Where's my 25th one? So I used, those awesome rock painting pens that, because, during lockdown, everyone was doing rock painting. We jumped on board as well. So I used some of those pens, and it wasn't like, it didn't bleed too bad. So they actually turned out quite well. I was experimenting with a couple of the different types. The black outline is actually a laundry marker. So that actually worked quite well, and not much bleeding happened with that one either. So you can use pens, you can use stickers, you can use whatever you like to decorate it. Let me show you. Let me show you a couple. So here's one that some other people did during our class. What am I doing? Share screen. Sorry. Here we go. So this is what one lady's look like in the end with all of it done. So some were stickers, some were ribbons, some were like little wooden, I don't know what you call them, decals. Some were like foam stickers, and they look really cute. Next one. And so here's the other thing. So she's actually strung hers up on Christmas lights, which I thought was really cool. Or you can just string it up like bunting, just straight across in a line. And here's somebody else's who's put theirs up in a Christmas tree, which kind of looks really cool. Now she's decided not to decorate hers, which is totally fine. And you can do that too, because the idea is when you pull out, let me stop share. When you pull out the recipe card and hook that on, it will just automatically kind of be decorated. So there's that option. If you don't have time, or you're not really crafty, or you're not into it, you could do that as well. So tonight we're basically just going to talk through some of the recipes and give you some ideas for substitutions, because I'm assuming that not everybody has all these oils. So you would have got recipe cards as well, and the 25th one, because I like to follow the dates starting at day 1 being the 1st of December, day 2 being the 2nd, like it's very logical. And then the 25th, day 25 being the 25th, which is Christmas, and being like, yay, we get to open something on Christmas. And the house gets to smell nice on Christmas as well. But apparently I found out, being told off by my 7-year-old, no, mummy, you got it wrong. There's only 24 in an advent calendar, and you start at 24 and you count down. So whatever you would like to do. I personally like to count up, and I like the days of the Advent calendar to match up with the days of the actual days of the month, because that works in my head. But if you want to flip it around and start with 24, you can like reverse them. That's totally fine too. It's up to you. So this one you would have got on its own, and these ones, I just cut them in half so that they fit in the postage bag. So holiday joy. So going through some of the oils, if you don't have holiday joy, hopefully you will get it in December, because hopefully it's the product of the month. So the last couple of years we've had holiday joy as the product of the month. So if you're new this year, you might get it next month in December. Otherwise, if you've been with us for a couple of years, hopefully you would have got it along the way. If you don't have holiday joy, you can substitute it for On Guard. So they're very similar. Holiday joy has got nutmeg in it, which On Guard does not, and it smells more Christmassy, whereas I find On Guard has like it's more cinnamony, eucalyptusy. So to me it smells more like chai / cleaning because On Guard cleaner concentrate, whereas holiday joy smells more like baking spice to me. And I smell more of the nutmeg coming through. So for the first one, if you don't have holiday joy, swap it out for On Guard. We did have one person who said that they didn't have Citrus Bliss. Now you can swap Citrus Bliss out for any of the citrus oils that you've got. If you're just replacing it with one, I find that Wild Orange will probably be your closest substitute, because it's got the sweetest smell to it. So yes, otherwise you can make your own. Yeah, so I smell vanilla coming through that with more like orange in it as well. However, orange just works fine if you just want to substitute that one out. You can make your own stock bottle or master bottle, and just grab like an empty bottle of whatever citrus oil you've got, whether it's lemon or orange or green mandarin, tangerine, whatever. Grab all the citrus oils you've got and just do equal parts of each, like 5 drops each or 10 drops each into stock bottle or master bottle. And so, for example, when you make the first recipe, we've got 3 drops Holiday Joy and 2 drops of Citrus Bliss. So you get your master bottle and then you just put 2 drops in there from that. So you could just do it that way. Now, next one, Holiday Joy, Douglas fir. If you don't have Douglas fir, Siberian fir is a really good substitute. So any fir, Siberian fir is a really good substitute for that. And pairing that with Holiday Joy, where did I put it now? Holiday Joy and Siberian fir, it just makes it like a really nice Christmas tree smell. So you've got like your baking spices in there and like your Christmas tree smell. So way back in the day when we had white fir, the recipe was using white fir. Douglas fir just gives it like a, where's my Douglas fir? Here. It just gives it a more, I guess, rounder, slightly sweeter smell, whereas I find Siberian fir is more like woodsy, but fresh woodsy. So it kind of just reminds me of like snow in a forest, which is very, North American type Christmas. Which one? Douglas fir. If you have black spruce, you could try adding black spruce. If you don't have Siberian fir, another good substitute will probably be Forgive. Here it is. Forgive, because Forgive has got those big tree oils in it as well. So it's got your spruce and your arbor vitae, nootka. It's got lemon, juniper berry, bergamot. So some of those lighter oils in there. So that would be okay as well. Now, adaptive, lemongrass. If you don't have adaptive, get adaptive. It's really good. Just for, those calming. So this has got wild orange, lavender, copaiba, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, and sweet gum. So you could do 1 drop wild orange, 1 drop lavender to substitute for adaptive if you like, and then lemongrass. So number 4, gingerbread diffuser blend. So if you don't have ginger, cassia, or clove, I would go On Guard or Holiday Joy. Or you could even do 2 together, On Guard and Holiday Joy. That would be nice. Or you could do Holiday Joy and Orange. That's quite nice. All right, so the next one, cassia, Northern Escape. So if you don't have Northern Escape, again, Siberian fir, or replacing with those big tree oils, use Forgive. Tangerine, if you don't have tangerine, wild orange. So orange or lemon. Orange is closer to tangerine in terms of like the actual fruit, so I would tend to go with orange. Or citrus bliss if you've got that as well. So again, next one has got tangerine, lemon, bergamot, peppermint. Number 7, Aussie vibes, lemon myrtle, tea tree, rosalina, eucalyptus. So if you don't have rosalina, I would either just leave it out or double the tea tree. So it does smell very much like tea tree, and it is like a Aussie native tea tree. If you don't have lemon myrtle, again, leave that out. You could try substituting lemon. It's not exactly the same, but you've got eucalyptus in there. You could try lemon eucalyptus if you like, which is a type of eucalyptus tree, but it does smell more like citronella than it does lemon myrtle. So yeah, up to you. Play around, try smelling and seeing what you like. If you like, you can just leave it out. Otherwise, play around with it. See. The next one, Siberian fir, Douglas fir, black spruce. If you don't have black spruce, leave it out. Siberian fir and Forgive would work just as well in that particular diffuser blend. The next one, peppermint, bergamot, cypress. Cypress being a big tree oil, so again, you can substitute with Siberian fir, black spruce, Forgive. You could even try eucalyptus if you've got eucalyptus. And bergamot, if you don't have that, try lemon, as it is, again, another citrus. So number 10, you should have that one. That's one of the ones that I sent you. Because I'm assuming not everyone's got harvest spice, star anise, all of that. The next one, peppermint, lime, frankincense, orange. Most people would have that. Citrus bliss, Douglas fir, motivate. Again, if you don't have motivate, do orange and peppermint together, because motivate is a combo of mints and citruses. All right, so the next one, lemongrass, orange, juniper berry, citrus bliss. So far, most people have said that they've got these ones. If you don't have, I'm assuming juniper berry will be the one that most people don't have. That is it in Forgive? Aha, yes, it is in Forgive. It looks like we're using Forgive for quite a few things. You could leave that out if you wanted to, and it's a very citrusy blend with lemongrass in there. Juniper berry, it's a bush. It's not a big tree fir, but it is I think it is kind of in the fir family. So you could even try again, Siberian fir. If you are lucky enough to have midnight forest, you could give that a go. I think that will go quite well in that blend too. So again, with any of the other, like swapping it out with Siberian fir or anything, if you've got midnight, I keep calling it midnight oil, midnight forest, if you've got that and got that in the special or the Father's Day specials, give that a go. Now, what's next? So number 14, terra arma, lemon eucalyptus, lemongrass, and peppermint. So I would assume out of most of that, If you don't have one, it'll be lemon eucalyptus that you don't have. Although somebody said that they didn't have terra ama. So if you don't have terra ama, try using Forgive or Arbor Vitae cedarwood, because it's a mix of those let me find it. Where is it? It's the oils that shoo away the insects. So ylang ylang, tamanu, which nobody would have because they don't have that in single oil. Nootka, again, that's not a single oil. Cedar woods in there, catnip, lemon eucalyptus, litsea, vanilla, and arbor vitae. So you could do 1 drop each of arbor vitae, cedarwood, litsea. If you don't have litsea, you could try clarify. If you don't have that, leave it out. It's fine. What else? Lemon eucalyptus, lemongrass, peppermint. You could also, if you don't have any of them, you could try eucalyptus in there. Peppermint lemongrass is my go-to for shooing away flies and mosquitoes. Some people like lavender for that. I personally don't, and I find lavender doesn't work for me and my kids, but it works amazing for some people. So if that's you, go for it. So it's basically just a mozzie repelling type diffuser blend. Tea tree, you could add tea tree in there as well. Rosemary, so it's even cilantro. So it's the really strong smelling type oils that tend to shoo away the flies. So the next one, Easy Air Citrus Bliss Balance. Most people would have that. Wild Orange, Peppermint, Cypress, Holiday Joy. We've talked through some of them. Number 17, Island Mint. If you don't have Island Mint, use Spearmint. If you don't have Spearmint, try Peppermint or even Motivate, because Motivate has got Spearmint in it. Sorry, it's got mints. Does it have Spearmint specifically in it? Let me check. Peppermint, clementine, coriander, basil, yuzu, melissa, rosemary. No, it's got peppermint. Sorry, my bad. Peppermint, not spearmint. But either of them would work. Tangerine, green mandarin. If you don't have green mandarin, double the tangerine. If you don't have tangerine, orange. Now the next one, Console, Holiday Peace, Citrus Bliss, Green Mandarin. So if you don't have Holiday Peace is, here it is, has a lot of big tree oils, plus also like your grounding ones. So it's got Siberian fir, grapefruit, Douglas fir, Himalayan fir, frankincense, and vetiver. So when I smell this though, I mostly smell Siberian fir. So again, you can substitute out Siberian fir or Forgive. Either of those two would work quite well. Add in a drop of frankincense, because frankincense is good for everything. And given it's happy families, we really just want calming in there as well. So emotionally, this one I created for the diffuser, but if you've been with us for a couple of years, you would have recognized the name Happy Families, and that has typically been a rollerball blend that I have used. So from the Emotions book, originally it was white fir, which was then replaced with Siberian fir. That is the oil, emotionally, the oil of generational healing. Which is why I put it in there, because I originally had issues with my mother-in-law, because I live with her and we still live with her. So yes, that's why that kind of went in there. So if you don't have Holiday Peace, Siberian fir would be a great one to put in there. Console is in there because it just, you know, makes you feel like a warm hug. Sometimes we call this hug in a bottle. So Console has got frankincense, ylang ylang, patchouli, labdanum, amyris, sandalwood, rose, osmanthus. So if you don't have Console, you could, like frankincense, obviously, you could put in things like ylang ylang, even lavender. So lavender lavender was in my original roller bottle blend as the oil of communication. So, you know, sometimes when you're like, and you can't even express what you need to express. And sometimes like people take things the wrong way, and then you end up in like these massive arguments for no reason because you didn't express it properly, or they didn't receive it properly, or vice versa, or whatever. So yes, lavender for communication. So you could just go lavender and frankincense and keep it really simple, and put that in there instead. So otherwise, I would love to hear what you come up with instead of console. Citrus Bliss, green mandarin. If you don't have green mandarin, any citrus oil, I would tend to go with bergamot because it is just that relaxing. Bergamot is the only citrus oil that's got the calming juju, or linalool, which is the scientific chemical constituent name, linalool. It's the only citrus with linalool in it, which is why Earl Grey is so like, so calming, because of the bergamot in it. So that would be my choice, but let me know what you pick. And again, put them all together, do your smelly thing, adjust the heights to adjust the levels, which helps you to work out the number of drops. So if you're replacing green mandarin with something, I find, for example, bergamot, I find bergamot is a lot more subtle and a lot more soft, whereas green mandarin is much more stronger. So you might end up putting 4 bergamot or 5 bergamot in there, just to get that balance right with it. So it's totally up to you. The next one, digestion, spearmint, peppermint. So spearmint and peppermint are just amped up digestion, and I am assuming everyone's got digestion because it is one of the top 10. If you don't have it, so Dr. Hill says any of the seed oils are really good for digestive issues. So seed oils and mints are really good. So ginger is also good. Spearmint, I'm just looking at my collection. Coriander, as opposed to cilantro. So when we're talking in Australia, yes, cilantro, we don't use that word. Cilantro means coriander in terms of the herb when you're cooking. However, in the oils world, coriander comes from the seed and cilantro comes from the leaves, and they have slightly different chemical profiles. So coriander being from the seed is going to help you with digestive issues more than cilantro being from the leaves. Cilantro, as an aside, is really good for heavy metal detoxing. So there you go. Next one, number 20, frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, grapefruit. If you don't have sandalwood, anything that is like grounding, calming. So I'm thinking vetiver, cedarwood, even balance. If you've got balance, that would work really well as well. What else? Any of those woody, resiny type oils will be quite good in there. So 21, you should have that, because I don't expect many people to have galbanum or common myrtle, which are in the ancient oils kit. And by the way, so people were asking, what's galbanum for? And I'm like, I can't remember. But I looked it up again. So galbanum and also common myrtle are quite good for the immune system. Common myrtle being really good for the respiratory system. I mean, clear breathing. So this one, not only great as a nice smelling diffuser blend, but also great as a immune boosting, clear breathing type blend. Yeah, so the next one, all is calm, lavender peace, cypress, lemon myrtle. This is one that I use for my kids at night. Well, lavender peace, if you don't have lavender peace, go in with something like lavender and frankincense. If you've got things like ylang ylang and patchouli and clary sage and what else, Roman chamomile or blue tansy or any of those like super calming, cedarwood, vetiver, super calming type oils, even marjorine's good in there. You can chuck some of them in. And again, you can make your own stock bottle or master blend and then just add your 1 drop in there. Lavender piece is a really good blend of literally all the calming oils. So it was one of the original calming ones. So it's got lavender, cedarwood, hoewood, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, vanilla, and Hawaiian sandalwood. And I find this amazing. Like my husband, who's like, oh man, sleepy already. My husband, who's not really like oils, he's more like, yeah. But of all of them, he's like, okay, make sure you get that sleepy one on the kids, make sure it's in the diffuser, and make sure you wipe it on them as well, because they are out like a light. So this is the one that he always requests, particularly for the kids. So yes, really sleep, really good calming one. Cypress, I just find like it lifts it in this blend, and being really good for that kind of flexibility. So emotionally, it's the oil of motion and flow, and really good for like flexibility, and for particularly for kids who are like don't cope with change that well. Cypress is really good for that. Lemon myrtle is supposed to be really helpful for sleep as well, and it adds that extra like depth to the overall blend, and I quite like that. So 23, bergamot, frankincense, ylang ylang. If you don't have ylang ylang, maybe lavender piece, or patchouli, or even Roman chamomile, something else really calming in there that you like. Given that ylang ylang is a flower, I would tend to replace it with a flower. If you only have lavender, use lavender. That actually goes quite well with bergamot and frankincense anyway. 24, balance, frankincense, holiday joy. Yeah, you should have most of those. And then number 25, chia, adaptive, and spearmint. Now, if you don't have chia, I actually think holiday joy would be a good substitute. I mean, they both have nutmeg in it, but it smells, yeah, it does smell different. Let me see. Orange, clove, star anise, lemon, myrtle, nutmeg, vanilla, ginger, cinnamon. Can't say the last one. Zdravets. ZDRAVETZ. There you go, that oil. But this kind of does smell kind of Christmassy. It's like that fruitcake smell. Yes, that's it, like fruitcake. So it's kind of like the mixed dried fruit. That's, yes, with that sweetness, but the tanginess of like the orange peel, but it's got like the spices of clove and nutmeg and stuff in it. So there we go. If you don't have holiday joy, chia is a good one to replace in that one. Adaptive, spearmint. Cool. That's it. So we've been through all of the 25 recipes in there. If there's anything in there that I've missed, feel free to message me. Otherwise, have a look at okay, so let me just quickly share screen again. Here we go. Missing an oil. So I did email this out. If you are missing an oil, try these ones. I think these ones are very similar to no, so yeah, not just effect, but also smell. So cinnamon and cassia smell very much similar. Jasmine, ylang ylang, both flowers. Lavender, petitgrain, that's more what it does. So people have said petitgrain is like the male version of lavender without it smelling too flowery. Spearmint and peppermint. Very similar in smell. So have a look at this chart, give that a go. Yeah, if you don't have sandalwood, cedarwood's another good one to try to substitute. Otherwise there was, where are we? here we go. There was this website that I sent to you. So this is not doTERRA oils. This is their own Sacred Soul brand, I think. But I do like that they have so in it they've got like substitutions according to what you want it to do. So this one, I don't even know what is it. Benzoin, I haven't even heard of that one, and doTERRA don't even have that one. But okay, here we go. So bergamot, if you don't have bergamot, so they suggest substitutions based on smell, so aroma substitutes, and then substitutions based on therapeutic effect, so what you want it to do. So whether you're using it for skin or calming or freshening, pick you up, things like that. So that's a quite interesting website. Yeah, so bear in mind, it is not doTERRA specific, so there are oils in there that we don't have and oils in there that they talk about, but there are pretty much the oils that we do have are pretty much in there. So that's pretty much it. Oh, one other thing that I do need to mention, so when you put your little oily things together, so go in at 45-degree angle. It is fairly easy to drop in. I tend to go a bit above and not touch the side, otherwise it tends to run down and then you lose track of how many drops you're actually putting in there. So 45-degree angle, wait for it to come out. Some are quite fast, some are quite slow. Your citrus ones will be faster. Wait for it to drop in, and you can just kind of, the last drop, you can bring it down on the side and then it'll wash in. Put the little cap stopper thing in, and then the lid. You need to make sure that the white stopper lid thingy goes in, because otherwise when you put it, if you just put the cap on, it might just leak as well. So the thing that I need to mention about this is when you turn it upside down, so whether you've got one that pulls out like this with a little thingy on it, or whether you've got one without the stopper and it's just the hole, the principle is the same. When you turn it upside down, it will not drip out. You do need to tap it for it to come out. So don't be caught and going, oh my goodness, it's stuck in there, there's nothing in. Yeah. So the other thing is I did put in little pipettes, can't find mine, which do fit into the hole right in the middle. So the pipette should fit right in there. So if you need help getting it out and you're tapping and it's not all coming out, get the pipette in there and then you can get it into the diffuser that way. Cool. All right, I think that's pretty much it and all the tips and tricks. Oh, the only thing is, if you are decorating, keep it to the bottom half of the bag. So that's my biggest tip. So when I did this one and it went all the way to the top, when you pull it closed, it kind of comes away at the top. So I would tend to keep it bottom and below. So ones like this. So this is a wooden decal thing, and I just hot glue gunned it on. So when you pull it, it all fits. And it doesn't buckle at the top and it doesn't look funny. So that's probably my only other tip. If you are decorating, keep it to around midway and below. And hot glue gun will be your best friend for these types of things, particularly if you're just using stickers and like stick-on gems and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for joining us. If you got any questions, please message. And once you're finished, whether you decorate or not, please take a photo and send it to us. Either post it in Mighty Networks or in Facebook, or just PM me. I would love to see it. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.